dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla'S. So Cancer, this is your reading for the week of September 6th through the 12th. Now, we were getting this energy of like codependency, this energy of like poor mental health, negative patterns, those type of things that we are addicted to, energy and things like that. So this week is and this is not to put you on the spot or anything like that, Cancer. We all have our weeks, right? We all have our weeks when we have to face those inner demons, and this is your week. Now, what is beautiful about this energy is that there is a lot to learn. There is a lot to release so that you don't go back to old patterns. So this week is about breaking certain patterns, certain addictions, right? And we're not just talking about I'm not just talking about like cigarettes or liquor or anything like that. Anything, you can become addicted to anything. You can become addicted to working out. You can become addicted to watching TV. You can become addicted to anything that you are overdoing or overstimulated with in order to prevent you from growing is an addiction. Anything that you are overdoing or overindulging so that you don't have to face certain things in your life is an addiction. So that's kind of like how I want you to look at things. So it doesn't have to necessarily be something extremely big or something extremely out of, it can be something very simple. Maybe your addiction is being on your phone 24/7, scrolling through social media or playing games on your phone or whatever it is. But it is something that you are using in order to avoid certain situations in your life. It is something that you are using in order to avoid that growth. Now, this is the time for you to stop that. This is the time for you to be completely honest with yourself and break free from those patterns. Now, the thing here is that there is kind of like this mind game within yourself that you feel that if you move away from whatever this addiction or this codependency energy is, whether it is a person or a situation or a hobby, then you're going to feel isolated. You're going to feel exposed. You're going to feel like what you have been trying to hide from others and from yourself is being exposed. Now, what do I mean by that? A lot of people are afraid of their shadow side. A lot of people are afraid of certain things that they view as negative within themselves. What you have to realize is that every part of yourself is to be honored. Every part of yourself have served a purpose, whether it is while you were trying to survive or while you're trying to thrive. What happens is that we tend, again, because we're humans, we tend to attach certain words and certain emotions to certain things. And therefore, when it is time, when something is no longer serving us, instead of releasing it, we try to suppress it. We try to push it down, and that's what you're being told not to do. Now, again, stop putting yourself in this space where you're constantly is coming out of one or two ways. There is blame that is being put on someone, whether it is that you're blaming yourself for all of your failed relationships or you're blaming someone else. But there isn't a shared blame, right? So when there is a relationship, whether romantic or platonic, and it doesn't work out, it is not just one person that is at fault, right? It is both, because it takes two for a relationship to work and it takes two for a relationship to fail. So you're either doing one or the other. Either you're trying to take all the blame or you're pushing all the blame on someone else. So that may be that pattern that you have to go ahead and allow yourself to accept. Stop going against yourself. Well, stop going against yourself is this energy again trying to pretend that an aspect of you doesn't exist because you are afraid of being judged based on it. Okay, what is an example of that? A person can be very vengeful, right? Revengeful, whatever it is, but they hide it from others, or they say that they don't seek revenge, even though it is something that may come naturally to them or something that they do a lot of. But they're trying to hide that part of themselves because they're trying to hide that part of themselves from the world, because the world sees that as a negative thing. Again, we ourselves as humans tend to put certain notions with certain words, and that is kind of like what is trying to be removed from you, right? So that you're able to accept yourself fully this week with whatever you see positive and negative. Because regardless of anything, regardless of the spectrum of where it is, Cancer, all of it together adds up to the person that you are, adds up to that individual that you are, adds up to what you have been able to overcome, adds up to how much you have grown, adds up to how much you have been able to to suppress, to hold back, to release, to give, to receive, etc. All of it, not parts of it, but all of it together adds up to who you are. And that is why you're being advised this week not to go against yourself, not to fight against yourself. Instead, learn to embrace all of who you are. Learn to honor all parts of yourself, and knowing, in that sense, knowing that it has served a purpose. And if it is time to let go of that specific aspect of yourself, or you no longer want to be in that energy or whatever, it is okay for you to release it, if that makes sense. So what is the advice for Cancer for this week? What is the advice? Spring, see your seeds grow. And this growth is coming from yourself. So when you plant those seeds, right, those seeds that you planted in the past, those things that you said you wanted to let go, those addictions that you said you wanted to walk away from, that growth that you said that you wanted to do, this is the week for you to see that. This is the week to see yourself grow, right? To see yourself, what it is that you have been working on. Not saying that there's anything wrong with you, but as humans, we always want to improve. We always want to grow in one way or another. So allow yourself that. But that is only going to come when you are brutally honest with yourself, right? Well, guys, that is all that I have for you for this week. As always, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Thank you to all of those that have been donating. It is greatly appreciated. And if you have not liked, share, or subscribed, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Mwah. Love you all. Bye-bye.